Hello and welcome back to another episode of Historic Hijinks. I am your guide, Kai Guy, through the world of Historic on Arena. For this episode, we will be looking at Esper Reanimator. But before we jump into the deck tech, if I can ask you all to click that like button down below and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, that would help out the channel a lot. Alright, so let's jump into this fun deck on Historic. So, Esper Reanimator, what's the goal? We want to reanimate these giant, insane targets. Lots of fun praetors, with the aids of Priest of the Fell Rites, Faithful Mending, Late to Dinner, Unburial Rites. Basically, we want to get our creatures, our big threats, into the graveyard and reanimate. So, pretty stock list. I am flexing a couple Search for Escantas as a way to help filter cards into the graveyard. Also, being able to flip it is really nice, so it's another land source later down. Bone Shards, pretty good here. We can destroy Planeswalker and creatures. Stitcher Supplier, 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Faithful Mending, obviously, 4 Priest of the Fell Rites. 2 Late to Dinners and 4 Unburial Rites. These are our reanimation spells, so pretty exciting there. And then let's go through our threats. So we basically have all the praetors we could want. So 2 Elish Norn, we all know what this does. 2 Sarah Emissary, we can have protection. Basically, it's a blowout if opponent is only playing creatures. We pretty much can win on the spot. 1 Jin Cataxis Progress Tyrant, being able to double up reanimation spells or Faithless Mendings, pretty nice, and being able to counter. 1 Sheoldred Whispering One, opponent has to sack a creature at their upkeep, and we can reanimate another card on our upkeep. I've been really liking this giant slug, Toxrill the Corrosive. Pretty powerful, -1/-1 counters, and then we get slug creatures, so super great if we can get it out. And then Jin Cataxias Core Augur. Basically, we have 7 cards every turn. Opponent has 0 every turn. But yeah, that's the deck. Nothing too exciting in the land package. The only thing really interesting is Phyrexian Tower, which means we can add double black if we sacrifice our Stitcher Supplier. So can definitely ramp us into a reanimation spell early and fill our graveyard if we sacrifice our Supplier. Other than that, that is the best of 1 list, so let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, we're here up against Awabigasu with some Esper Reanimator in Historic. This is a pretty good hand. We have Faithful Mending, Priest of the Fell Rites, and 2 Stitcher Supplier. We have a black source. Fortunately, we don't have an untapped black source, but we'll keep this hand. We'll play Shipwreck first. Maybe we'll draw into a little fist bump. Selfless Savior. Okay, so that indicates... Okay, so we have a black source. That indicates auras. So we'll play Stitcher Supplier. We just need to hit a reanimation target and a reanimation spell. So we have Unburial Rites in the graveyard, which is good. Spirit Dancer. Okay. Opponent also only has 2 cards left in hand, so... We'll pay 2 life. We will put Priest of the Fell Rites into play, because next turn, if we get something into the graveyard, we can reanimate, and that makes it super powerful. Opponent... Oh yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't take any damage here. But you always want to sequence it that way. So if you do hit something, if we can Faithful Mending, and if we Faithful Mending and get something into the graveyard, we can reanimate with Priest on turn 3. So, no blocks. We should have just kept up Stitcher Supplier 2 block. Opponent gonna draw a card. Alright, Concealed Courtyard. Okay, that's on taps. So, let's play Stitcher Supplier. Alright, so we have Sarah's Emissary in there, which is really good. We can activate that to So we can discard this and Unburial Rights, which means we can reanimate next turn. We're gonna name Creature. I'm not sure that there's much that they can do with this. Creature. We have protection. Our creatures have protection from creatures. So even if they try to swing, unless they have a way to get rid of this card, I don't know if they have a chance to win. And then next turn we'll be able to get down Shearhold. Yeah. I mean, they can keep drawing as many cards as they want. Should be noted that Ors is one of the top decks in the meta. So if we didn't have Sarah's Emissary, I feel like we'd be pretty much dead. They won't be dealing any damage, so they won't be gaining life. Which is actually really good for us here. Alright, Shipwrecked. Opponent scoops it up. Yeah, I just don't think that there is any way out of that, which is unfortunate for them, but great for us. Alright, I will see you in the next one. We are up against Cool Boy Pie. Pie. This is not necessarily a great hand. We don't have... Unless we Thoughtseize ourselves. But I think it would be best if we Thoughtseize them. Our opponent's going first. We do have 4 lands and an Unburial Rights. We'll keep this. I'm hoping that we draw into something good. Alright, that'll help us a lot, actually. So, we Thoughtseize here, see what our opponent's working with. Ob Nixilis the Twist-Hated. That's weird. Lotus. We have we don't have any ways of dealing with enchantments. That's pretty good. Next Lotus. We don't need another land right now. Late to dinner. Okay. Well, we want to play this on white. Pass the turn. We need a way to get one of our things into the graveyard. That work. Barely Rights is good into the graveyard. Alright. We're gonna put this in the play tapped. See what our opponent does. They do have that Planeswalker. Stitcher Supplier. I think we want to keep that. Interesting.
I am your inner demon.
We can play this, and then we can... If we hit something good, we can reanimate. We can't really play anything good here. We could reanimate a Stitcher Supplier, but I'm not sure that's what we want to do. What is it? What is this ability? Destroy target creature. Yeah, let's reanimate a Stitcher Supplier. That's fine by me. Okay, well we have Priest of the Fell Rights, which is good here. Does this target, if we drop this down to that player? Okay. So we'll get Elish Norn into the graveyard. Should we transform? Yeah, let's transform. Okay. Well, this is extra good for us. Which means we can sacrifice a creature. No. Okay. We have to target this, and then we sacrifice her. It's nice to have a 1-mana Planeswalker removal spell. Not gonna lie. Pretty nice.
I will return.
Alright, I think we can cast this from our hand. We'll play this. I imagine our opponent has a ton of removal, but since we're kind of a recursive deck, I honestly don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Also, I'm not sure if I've seen a mono black deck. It could have that Phyrexian Crusader in it. You know, the 5 mana or the 4 mana, all black. It's fine. It's not exiled. If they don't have a way to exile, which I'm not sure black has much when it comes to exiling creatures. Murderous Rider. That's fine. We'll just bring it right back, which means that they'll have to sacrifice. And we also have Faithful Mending up. Pretty sure they let this go through. It's really funny because it's just sort of like, yeah, what are they going to do? Alright, opponent drawn some cards off of Castle Lochthwain. Opponent also has to sacrifice Murderous Rider, which is great here for us. What is in our graveyard? We do have an Elish Norn in our graveyard, but we can Faithful Mending and put our other Elish Norn and our... Yeah, that's fine. Spending 4 mana to, like, have to deal with it again. Alright. We're gonna Faithful Mending here. Oh, yeah. We can discard this and this, and I think we're fine. That's kind of a net neutral thing, huh? Ooh, we definitely don't want to get back Jin-Gitaxias because of that enchantment, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Is this target player is what I want to know. To that player. I say we get back Elish Norn. Get a clock going. We also have this food token where we can gain some life. We're gonna deal 7 damage next turn. Opponent making 3 mana off of Nyx Lotus, off their Devotion. Wow.
As a human, I conquered. As a demon, I subjugate.
We have Bone Shards here, so we can take care of Ob Nixilis. Opponent is managing to draw a bunch of cards, which is a little frustrating. I think at end of turn, we're going to crack this food. That's unfortunate. We're going to lose our Bone Shards. Really dangerous to cast a Thoughtseize on a Reanimator deck, I feel like. Alright. Draw a card. We're going to lose a couple life. I see what their deck's doing.
Knowledge is not without prize.
Opponent also down to 6 life. This should be noted. 5 mana. Can draw some cards here. Draw 2 cards. What can they do? If we can have this survive. Alright, opponent digging. Drawing another card. Opponent down to 1. And opponent scoops it up. Sometimes Sarah's Emissary just gets there. Power of Reanimator. Alright, we are up against Mint the Man. This is a pretty decent hand. We have some good payoffs, and we have mendings to dump our payoffs into the graveyard, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Start off with a Concealed Courtyard, pass the turn. Alright, opponent could be on... We'll pay 2 life because we're going to gain 2 life here. Opponent could be on Is It Phoenix? Again, very popular. Very, very popular deck. I feel like it's kind of a toss-up if this deck is good against it. We sometimes just get outraced. Well, we're gonna dump these two. On their turn, we need a reanimation spell next turn. Yes. Sarah's Emissary doesn't die to instant, so we want to name creature because that's how that's their primary source of winning this match is their creatures. So Sprite Dragon, Arclight Phoenix, Dragon Rage Channeler, that Ox of Agonis. Luckily, we're going to be able to keep our life total pretty healthy, I feel like, with all these Faithful Mendings. Okay, we can discard 2 cards. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. We'll put it on blue since it'd be nice to do double duty here. They're gonna have to have 2 Delirium cards, so I'm just gonna name creature. Do they have Delirium? Instant, sorcery, land, sorcery. Sarah's Emissary can be really powerful if you know what to name, but sometimes it can be so versatile. Alright, they're dealing 6 here. Do they have another one? A little unfortunate, but... and we're going to be taking 6, but I think the upside is that they had to spend two spells here. I think we want to dump these 2. I think Thoughtseize is a little too late. Actually, I think maybe even Search is a little... well, let's dump Thoughtseize and keep these 2 lands. Just trying to keep my life total high. They could cast 4 spells and this thing is out of control. Okay. So we get a little lucky here with them having to flashback Faithless Looting. What is in their graveyard? They've got 2 Unholy Hints in their graveyard. Let's see if they play a land. Alright. Not too bad. I feel like I have to do this. Alright, Search is gone. Priest is gone. I want to play Stitcher Supplier, but I also think we need to keep our life total as high as possible. Next turn we can get back Toxrill. We really needed a bone shards. Oh, opponent's got Stormwing Entity. Forgot how good that is. Opponent can swing in for 8. We can gain 2. So effectively, we're only taking 6. Doing that common core math. If 6 plus 6 is 12. Minus 1 is 11. The answer plus 6 plus 5 has got to be 11. Opponent in the think tank. Thinking. Blah, da, 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 da. Alright, iteration. Opponent just wants to really try and get us with Sprite Dragon. And they might. If they draw just a direct burn spell like Pillar of Flame, it's going to be GG's, I think. Opponent up to 9 here. Opt. Okay. Opponent up to 10. Yeah. So I think it was wise to try to keep the food up. Another opt. Okay. Yeah. It was definitely wise to keep food up. This will give us will give us... Oh, nope, we lost. Yeah. GG's. I got it Xaxes. It's how it goes sometimes. It's how it goes sometimes. Defeat! We can't end it like this. We need to win! Arclight Phoenix is a good deck. I will see you. Alright, we are here up against AM88. AM88. It's like that commercial. AM, PM. Too much good stuff. Alright, this is a pretty decent hand. We've got Citrus Supplier. We've got Unburial Rights. I feel like we can keep this. 2 lands. But we do have... We do have a blue source. Alright. Fist bump our opponent. Ooh, so fun. Alright, opponent. Here we go. Alright, cast our Citrus Supplier. What do we bin? Bin 2 lands. We would have liked some of those lands. If we draw a Faithful Mending, we'd be in really good spirits. Alright, opponent must be on some sort of enchantment deck. This is also a very popular deck in Historic. Not sure I've seen Commune with the Spirits. But I'm sure it's not bad. It's really tricky. I don't want to not have blue. I feel like if we draw a Faithful, we need to have blue. So, one of each color. Alright. That was a misclick. I meant to attack. If we lose by 1 life. Alright. Alright, Godless Shrine. Pay 2. We'll sacrifice. Nope. It's so confusing because you have to target and then sacrifice. We obviously do not want that thing to stick around. It draws so many cards so fast. I think it might have been better to sacrifice some Burial Rights or discard on Burial Rights so we could have got a turn 4. That might have been a misplay. Well, we have an Unburial Rights in the graveyard. Alright, opponent. Playing an additional land. It's pretty powerful. We need to hit 1 land though. We have a share rolled. Not exactly what I wanted to hit. Oh boy. That's not good. I think I'm going to keep back a blocker. Commune with Spirits. Alright. I think we block. See what else we get in there. Oof. Milling so many lands. Okay, thank goodness. I think we're fine if we hit blue here. Oh, flash this back. Okay. Well, we definitely want Elish Norn. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The big bad traitor herself. An opponent scoops it up! Alright. So good. Oh, what a fun deck when it works. Anyways, that's a quick look at Esper Reanimator in Historic. Very, very fun when you're able to get it to go off. Very competitive. If opponent has no interaction. We see the power of Search for Azcanta. Very nice that it can not only ramp you, because you're able to get 7 cards in your graveyard pretty quickly, but also help filter out things that you don't want to draw. Ashiok is good, it's just main board graveyard hate. I feel like that's pretty good. I'm excited to try out some new cards once new Capenna drops. But for now, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And until next time, be sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. And until then, it's bye-bye from the Kai Guy. Thank you for watching High Ground MTG with co-hosts Kai Guy and Spiny Mouse. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes of High Ground MTG. For even more videos, be sure to check out our playlists so that you can have the high ground.